welcome to the Sleep Consultant Podcast. I'm Kel Whitaker, founder of the Institute of Sensitive Sleep Consulting. If you're here, chances are, sleep is something you think about a lot. Whether you're a parent, a professional, or someone curious about making a real difference in families' lives, you're in the right place. Today's episode is titled, Why Parents Cry Too, Supporting Emotional Safety in Sleep Work. It's a conversation that's not just about the science of sleep, but the soul of sleep support. Because sometimes it's not just the baby who's crying. Let's begin with something we all know on the surface, but don't talk about enough. Sleep deprivation can be devastating. Not just exhausting, not just inconvenient. It can genuinely impact mental health. When a parent hasn't slept, especially over a prolonged period, their emotional regulation, critical thinking, patience, and physical health all start to erode. That erosion is subtle at first. They forget things. They're short-tempered. They feel a bit foggy. But over time, it deepens. And eventually, even the simplest task, getting out of bed, replying to a message, choosing dinner, feels monumental. I once supported a mother named Emma. She reached out through a mutual contact, and during our first call, she sat hunched on her couch, her baby fussing in a wrap carrier. She hadn't washed her hair in over a week. There were dirty cups on the table, and she apologized for everything. The mess, the baby, even her own tears. She hadn't had more than 90 minutes of sleep in a row in 5 weeks. She was breaking. Not because she was weak, not because she wasn't coping, because no one can function under those conditions. No one should have to. She whispered, "I don't want to resent my baby, but I'm starting to." That's the truth we don't put on Instagram. When a parent comes to a sleep consultant, they're rarely just saying, "Can you fix naps?" They're saying, "Can you help me feel like myself again? Can you help me feel competent? Can you tell me it's okay to want more than survival?" And if they cry when you ask how things are going, that's not a sign they're fragile. It's a sign they feel safe enough to be honest. Here's something I want every sleep consultant, especially those studying with us, to understand. You're not just a technician solving a puzzle. You're often the first person that parent has spoken to who doesn't downplay what they're going through. You're not just crafting a plan. You're restoring hope. At the Institute of Sensitive Sleep Consulting, we emphasize that families don't just need effective strategies, they need strategies they can emotionally and psychologically sustain. And that means creating emotional safety. What does that look like in real life? It means validating the parent's experience before offering advice. It means adapting your approach when you sense a parent is anxious, overwhelmed, or emotionally flooded. It means slowing down, pausing, giving permission. Sometimes a sleep plan isn't the first step. Sometimes the first step is asking, "How are you doing with all of this?" Sometimes a mum just needs to be reminded that she's not doing it wrong. She's doing the hardest job in the world, on very little sleep, with very little support. Here's the heart of our model. Being sensitive doesn't mean we're soft or ineffective. It means we're attuned, trauma-informed, flexible. It means we understand that what feels right to one family might feel deeply wrong to another. And that's okay. We teach consultants to look at the family's mental health as much as the baby's sleep stats. Recognize the difference between resistance and readiness. Offer solutions that empower, not pressure. Hold space for emotion, without needing to fix or rush it. I remember one family who came to me after trying 3 other sleep consultants. They said, "We didn't need another spreadsheet. We needed someone to understand why we froze every time our baby cried." Their baby had been in NICU. The crying brought them back to that trauma. Once we named that together, the healing could begin. Let me say this to you if you're already a consultant or hoping to become one. You might cry after a session. You might feel like it's all a bit too much sometimes. That's not a flaw in your professionalism. It's a sign of your compassion. Sensitive sleep consultants feel things deeply. That's not just allowed. That's what makes this work meaningful. Because when a parent tells you, "You helped me find myself again," you'll know it was never just about the baby's sleep. So if a parent cries on a consult, let them. If they say they feel broken, remind them they're whole. If they feel guilty for needing help, show them how brave they are for asking. Because we cry too, not because we're overwhelmed, but because we're present. Thank you for joining me for this deeper dive on the Sleep Consultant podcast. If this episode resonated, I'd love for you to share it, especially with a colleague or a parent who might need these words today. And if you feel called to this kind of work, to support not just sleep, but the hearts behind the sleep challenges, you can find more about our program at institutesensitivesleep.com. Until next time, stay sensitive.